reviewing the world down under.
Hey, g'day everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Pomino's Reviews. My name's Jason, and today I'm going to be doing a quick look and unboxing of the Creator Soundblaster GS5. So, if you've seen my previous video, you will have seen that I've just recently replenished my home office system with a new desk by Secret Lab, and I've decided I want to kind of go for the minimalistic option. So before I used to have a Logitech a Z906 5.1 system, sub 5 speakers, very good system, THX mastered, very good for music, movies, games, but I just got to the stage where I was kind of fed up with, you know, moving home and things like that. You would have to redo all the speakers, do all the cabling and the wiring and things like that, and I was just kind of over it. I've got all the home theatre system set up in my cinema room anyway for movies and things like that, and I never really watch movies anymore now on my desktop. It's mainly just gaming and, you know, just general day-to-day things. So I wanted to downscale, just get a singular soundbar system, just make things easy, declutter, no cabling. So yeah, doing a bit of research, looking at all the sound bars and the different price points and things like that, I decided I was going to go with this one. Again, I like having heavy bass, you know, especially for EDM music and things like that, but again, I can listen to that in other places. I just wanted something that was going to be relevant to the system I'm running now, you know, just tidier, smaller, but this comes with a very good write-up, and a lot of people say it's very powerful. The bass is pretty good considering it's just a soundbar with no external subwoofer. Has super wide technology built in, so it's near field and far field, and so basically they're saying for the TV, if you're going to use it as a TV soundbar in your living room, then you're going to have the far field technology running in order to give you that sensation of surround sound with an expanded soundstage. But again, for a home office, or you know, the setup I'm using right now is going to be under the monitor right in front of me. It doesn't need to have that far field technology. It's just got to be it's just got to work, you know, and just do its thing. So this one it does actually come with LEDs as well. It has a light strip built in underneath. The dimensions of this one is 51 centimeters long, or just over 20 inches, 10.2 centimeters deep, which is just over 4 inches, and the height of it is 8.26 centimeters, which is 3¼ inches. So the actual space it's going to take up is going to be relatively small underneath your monitor, or in my case, I'll probably be putting it under the riser that I also got with this desk. So it is advertised as being very bass heavy with you know, improved drivers on there. It does push out up to 60 watts. Comes with a remote control in the box, and it also has controls here on the side for easy access. Connections on this are Bluetooth 5.3, which it will be for your mobile phone, tablet or computer. It's got a USB-C input, computer, PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, anything you want to plug into it. It's got an optical in, if you're running straight from your TV. In my case, my PC, I use the optical output on my PC to pretty much get the best possible sound I can out of the card in there. It has an auxiliary in for TV, MP3 player, mobile phone, tablet. Predominantly I'll be using this with my MacBook Air. I'll have a direct connection into the auxiliary in, and then it does also have a headphone jack out. This new one is also now compatible with the Creative app. You can download it on Google Play or download it on the App Store. I've already downloaded it on my Mac, which will give you your equalizer controls, your super wide, your sound modes, things like that. Retails right now on the Creative website for $129.95, but again, if you shop around on Amazon, JB Hi-Fi, anywhere else like that, you're going to find this probably at a better price, especially as Black Friday is just coming up as well. So we'll have a quick look at it and see how it looks. Nice big cardboard inserts there. There's your book and your remote. And then in the other side of the box, which is what I will assume is your power adapter. So we'll have a quick look. Okay, so you do have your little power adapter in there. And then I guess because they sell this single product worldwide, they do come with European, American, Australian. No British plug there actually, which is quite surprising. You normally find a British plug somewhere. But yeah, so in my case, it will be the Australian plug. Push it in, click it, lock it, that's it, done. Put those out of the way for now. Okay, so you do get your USB-C cable to USB-A, which can run obviously straight into your PC. I assume it will run into your Mac as well if you have a USB-A adapter. There's your quick start guide. So yeah, very simple, but I'll be pairing it with the app anyway to get it all up and running. And then we have a handy little remote there if you just want to sit back and chill rather than being close to adjust everything. So it takes 2 AAA batteries, and by the looks of it, there is no batteries included. That's a first for me, I've never seen that before. Okay, and there's your soundbar. Very nice and discreet. So there's your little bass reflex tube. So that's obviously how they're going to get the bass out of it. And as you can see right there, you have your auxiliary, optical in, USB, and then your 24 volt 1.25 amp input. So nice little rubber feet on there, which will be good for the anti-scratching. And then as you can see, there's your LED strip that runs across the bottom. So yeah, I shall get this running, connect it all up, connect it straight onto the Mac. I'll run the Sound Blaster software, and then yeah, we'll talk about what it's like afterwards, and I'll have to find a couple of batteries as well for the remote. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay guys, welcome back. So I connected up the soundbar to the power. Here it is. So you can see I've got optical in from the PC, line in from the Mac, and then your power. So that is literally all you see on the front. It's just representing auxiliary, which is the 3.5mm input. So when you first set it up, it automatically goes into Bluetooth pairing mode. So you can bring out your phone, open up your Bluetooth, pair it up in your Bluetooth settings. Once that's done, come back into your home screen, open the Creative app, and it automatically shows your soundbar on the screen. You tap on your soundbar, so you're presented with 2 options right in front of you. You've got super wide off, and then you've got lighting is your peak meter, and that's got your on and off toggle. So you can see all your devices would be listed here if you had a lot of creative devices. Your settings just shows you your device name, whether you want the display on, your firmware version, product help and reset device. So the first thing you'll be presented with is a firmware update. The firmware update will go through, it takes about 60 seconds in total. It reboots, everything's working again. So when you click on super wide, you will see there you have near field and far field. So super wide audio technology delivers a remarkably wide and natural audio experience. Listen in a more immersive and natural soundstage with clearer vocals and precise instruments in your music, as well as better dynamic depth in music and games. So that's your super wide toggle, and then you have your lighting meter. So when you click on there, you have Aurora, Chasers, Cycle, Glowing, Morph, Peak Meter, Static and Wave. So I've gone through a few of them. The one I particularly like is Peak Meter, as that reacts to your music. So in a moment, I will be recording a little bit of video. So I'll dim the lights in this room. I'll go through some of the sound settings with some non-copyrighted music playing in the background. I've got my DJI mic, so I've placed that right in front of me. And I know you're not going to get the true representation of what this sounds like, but I can guarantee you for something so small and actually really cheap, the sound is incredible. And the bass that actually comes out of it, I really wasn't expecting it. I know once you play around with the equalizer settings a bit as well, in the main creative app, you can fine tune your music. But right now, just out the box, plug it in, it plays really nicely. So there you got your colours. You can pick all your colours and you can save some of your favourites. You got your colour brightness, and then you can switch your lighting on and off. And that's pretty much it for the app. It's very basic, very simple. As for the remote is your tone, buttons up and down. You toggle between gaming and movie. You've got your super wide button. Your brightness adjustment for your LEDs is up and down. Switch your RGB lights on and off. Your headphones and speaker button is there. Volume up and down, track left and right if you're using a Bluetooth unit with play and pause. You've got your source button. You've got your Bluetooth button, power and mute. All works. I've just been trying it out. Works absolutely fine. So there's not much else I can say about this apart from it's brilliant for the money. You know, it's not Bang & Olufsen and it's not, you know, one of the other premium brands, but for a simple desktop speaker for gaming, music and movies, I mean, what more do you need? It's all there right in front of you. And for me, because I've got the desktop riser with my Secret Lab, I'm able just to slot this right underneath. It's nice and discreet, sends out all the sound as I need it. It lights up the desk with the music, and literally that's it. So do I recommend it? Yes. Having had a lot of speakers over the past, especially a separates speakers, you know, with left, right, rear channel, center channel, I've had it all. But for a soundbar, I've never had a soundbar before, and I can safely say I'm pleasantly surprised and pleasantly pleased the results of this. So I'll play some music for you now. I'll dim the lights and I'll cycle through some of the strobe effects while you're listening to the music, and yeah, see what you think. guys. So there you go. I've cycled through all the different motions you've got there. I hope it came through on the camera okay, but basically I don't think you need to see the LEDs underneath. No one else sees it. Once it's down on the desk, it's literally just illuminating your desk. So I hope you get a good idea of what you're actually looking at. I'm leaving it just on peak meter. I like it responding to the music and with my existing lights in the background. So yeah, there you go. Fantastic little bit of kit. Absolutely love it. No complaints from me. If you look on the Creative website, I will throw a link in the description straight to their website. They do a lot of different variants of these lights with different versions of Bluetooth and different inputs. Some of them have HDMR, audio return channels and things like that, but again, that, you know, it depends on what you want out of it. They do have others with subs, that, you know, very slim subs that you can put down your back wall just to give you that little bit of extra oomph. But for me, you know, I'm cutting the clutter, I'm cutting the cords, I'm just trying to keep everything really simple. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I've helped you know, in your decision making if you're looking for a new speaker or soundbar. Please drop me a like, drop me a comment if you own this already. I'd like to know what you think of it. But yeah, nothing else to say really. It's brilliant. So I will leave you with that. And as I always say, don't let life get you down. Have a good one. Take care for now. Bye bye.
Reviewing the world down under.